Hey guys, filling in this Friday, and I hope you guys have had an awesome week. I'm really excited to talk about the topic today, which is what things would we recommend you say to educate someone who isn't really well versed on what it means to be transgender, transsexual, or really just fall under the genderqueer kind of umbrella there. And first of all, I think it's really important to make sure if you are talking to someone who identifies as genderqueer or any of the variation, that if you're looking for information and education from that person, that you express that you're not coming from an ill-mannered place. You are ignorant and you are coming with a good heart, because I think that changes the entire conversation there on out. I know I've had conversations like that, and people have told me, hey, I'm really ignorant, and I wouldn't mind it if you just were honest with me and could answer a few questions. And it's like, hell yeah, fine, all right. I've done that with a few people, and I think it's like, you just feel so much better talking about it. It's not like you're being attacked. And I think that's a lot of the problem with the conversations people have. I've felt attacked many times, and it's sad because I would like to have really good relationship with these people that I'm talking to, but then that gets in the way, and I know they're not really being assholes about it, but they are by not expressing themselves in a polite way, you know? So that's definite number one. I think that's the strongest one I have to talk about. I only have a few things, but another thing is, I think it's really important if you know someone is genderqueer that you ask them which pronouns they prefer, because I think it can kind of just cause that awkward tension if you're using the wrong pronouns the whole time, and then it's like you're making the other person feel a little not uneasy, but just almost like there's that gap in the disconnect. So I think that's definitely an important thing. I think that should definitely come after an understanding that this person may or may not identify in a certain manner. Just throwing that out there. I also think that since there is such almost like a language barrier between the two and a lack of education, that I would tell someone not to be offended if the person gets offended, because it happens. People are going to get offended because it is a bit of a touchy topic, and I think when you might say the wrong thing, it just gets spit and turned in a whole new direction. So it's always important to have the patience and understanding to break through anything that might be deemed as offensive, because if you are coming from a good place, then you'll get there no matter what. And the last thing is, I would tell someone to never ever approach someone with some sort of premeditated judgment about who this person is based on your judgment that they even identify as a queer person or genderqueer, queer in general, whatever. I think it's important across the board to have a really open mind, like really open mind, because even if you're trying to educate someone on what it means to be trans, there's not one way to be trans. It's just a giant gamut of personalities, identities. Like, people can say, when I hear trans, a lot of people automatically think transgender, transsexual, that's it. There's a whole variety of gender identities, and I think that's really important. I think that's probably one of the first things you should educate them on are what are the labels that people are using and what do they mean. But I think that also goes with saying is, I don't think it's very important to label yourself. I don't think it's important to just make that aware, because I think it's always a personal thing, and I'm kind of getting like rambling here, but definitely just make it known that it should never be a concern as to what a person identifies as, and just open mind. That's probably the biggest thing. Go into everything with an open mind. You know, I don't know. I just I don't agree with a lot of the way society is today. And I know that's kind of like going off on a tangent, but I think in every aspect of life, it's very important to carry an open mind. All the time, 100%. Case closed. Be kind to everyone. That's it. But topic number 2, which is kind of like a free-for-all thing that I'm going to do here. I want to talk about tattoos because I just got a new tattoo, and I was wondering if I'd love to hear the responses on this. Do you guys have tattoos? What kind of tattoos do you have? How many tattoos do you have? I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like maybe 10-ish. I mean, I have this like all done. This is my new one. I just got an owl. If anyone knows Sarah Blake, the artist, she's fantastic. Not the tattoo artist, but the artist of that work. Yeah, I stole it, sorry. It's it should be flattering, you know what I mean? But yeah. Do you have any tattoos that are symbolic of your orientation, your identity, anything like that? I love tattoos. I think they're just like a great way to express who you are as a person. And I'd love to hear, read all about your guys' tattoos. End of story. And I hope you guys have a really awesome weekend. And I hope you had a really awesome week. Because it's like spring break right now. And I've had kind of a crappy week. A really crappy week, actually. And none of my friends are here. I live in Florida. But when you live in Florida, you don't go here for spring break. You go home to see your family. And I didn't go home. Sadly. But, so I'm missing my best friends. But they're coming home this weekend, so I'm excited. And that means I'll have a good weekend. But, have a good weekend. Be safe. Have a really awesome next week. That makes sense. But alright, guys. It's been great seeing ya. Tell me all about your tattoos. Bye.